Hello everybody, I'm back. As I mentioned to you the other day, we will be journeying through the chakras, one at a time, one per day. Today we'll begin with the root chakra. Before I get started on that, I also want to say that I want to thank all the master teachers out there today who have led me to being who I am in teaching metaphysics to you all. I also want to say a very special thanks to my friend who encouraged me long ago. He told me that you can do that. You've been studying all the teachers. Now it's time for you to get out there and do it for yourself. And so him planting that seed of awareness inside me, I toiled on for several years, and then I decided I would move on it. I want to thank him. He's been there with me at every place I've tried to teach after passing out flyers rather. He's shown up, he's ordered my books, he's supported my work, and I want to thank him. D'Angelo, you're a true spiritual friend and warrior. Okay, before we begin, I also want to give thanks to Nephthys. I'm still learning how to maneuver this camera. But Nephthys is my spiritual mother. She is a twin sister of Isis. She represents Sirius B, as opposed to Isis, who represents Sirius A. I light a candle to her today as she guides me in bringing this information to you all. And thank you again for joining me. Also, I'd like to mention my book, for which I'll be teaching today. There is no HIV. The Rainbow Warrior, exposing the truth about HIV antibody testing and the metaphysics of self-healing through chakra and Kundalini awareness. This is a book of scholarship, metaphysics. There's even a reading list, as I mentioned also the other day. I also want to give honor to Bobby Hemmett, a great teacher who, while teaching, provides us with resources that we can begin to research and look into things on our own. This is one book that he mentioned, which incidentally I had already read. One thing you'll learn on the spiritual path is that the truth already exists inside us. And we'll often find that when the student is ready, the teacher will appear, and you'll learn that they're helping you put pieces together, tying up loose ends, things that you've already looked into. And this is a book right here. It's called Rule by Secrecy by Jim Marrs. This book speaks of how the elite, which rules by secrecy through secret societies, are aware of high spiritual knowledge, and they use that knowledge to control world populations. I have contended that bogus HIV is something that they're aware of in that manipulating our consciousness about sex and sexuality through ill teachings that we've learned through religion and other areas makes us easier to control. And so I've often asked that you look deeply into things for yourself. Okay. Again, today we'll be covering the root chakra. The root chakra signals our arrival into the physical vessel to experience life in the earth plane of illusion and existence. It represents our connection to our tribe, to our family, to our friends. Everywhere we go, we are challenged to see ourselves as one with all life on the planet. When we are out of balance in this chakra, we can experience physical illnesses. And those illnesses range in variety. As all the chakras do work together, we can pinpoint areas in the body that have been affected. Again, the body does not lie. It cannot lie. And so we can use our illnesses as a roadmap to recovery. Again, the Kundalini energy lies dormant in the spine, in the base of the spine, coiled 3.5 times like a snake, until that energy is awakened and rises up the chakra column. And along the way, it breaks down illusions and raises our consciousness awareness. If you are experiencing root chakra balance of energy disturbances, you will know, because you might experience low back pain, sciatica, all manner of diseases with self that involve releasing the old so that you can assimilate the new. I have found in my life friends who have issues with financial worry, people who gamble a lot, are constantly in a fear of not having enough money. The elite know that imposing upon our root chakra energies disconnects us from our family and our tribe. In my book, which is a journey through the chakras, we begin in the root chakra, and we talk about how receiving an HIV positive diagnosis separates one from their family, their community, their tribe, and ultimately from themselves, because of the fear and the shame and the guilt imposed upon them by this bogus disease that has never been proved to exist by means of classical virology. It's never been purified and isolated. However, it was rushed to the public and used as propaganda. The elite played on the fears of the people, divided the people, and we followed in line and began to shame, reject, stigmatize people who receive that diagnosis. And we've also learned that fear is the deadliest killer, along with the toxic drugs which literally block the synthesis of DNA. People's physical specimen is debilitated, and many of them have ended up dead for the last 35 plus years. Again, this series is going to be called The Metaphysics of Self-Healing. I want to thank the people here. As you can see, my sort of an elephant-like depiction here. Elephants represent intelligence. But some of the people who've read my book have said wonderful things about the book, in that it is not just about HIV. It is about many spiritual things, as I am interested in all things metaphysical. Dr. Banks, I mentioned her about her books, AIDS, Opium, Diamonds, and Empire, the Deadly Virus of International Greed, as well as The Slow Death of the Cancer AIDS Paradigm. She says that I have a deep understanding of the relationship between the world of the physical and the spiritual. So again, I want to ask that you order and read my book, and then share the website, consciousdoctor.com, with others, so they can study on their own and see what scientists all over the world have been saying for many years about this bogus disease. But that never makes it to the mass media, because we do not own the mass media, and the elite control that. So they are able to control how you think and what you think pretty much about almost every issue. Again, be discerning about all things. Thank you again for being here with me today. I hope you have a wonderful day and the rest of the week. I'll be back on tomorrow to explore the solar plexus chakra. Okay? Thank you very much again for indulging me. Goodbye.